In the Season 4 premiere of Special Forces, World's Toughest Test, Kody Brown, known for the reality series Sister Wives, made several remarks that many viewers are calling deeply problematic, especially around gender and masculinity. Brown, age 56, entered the show saying he was seeking more than just a physical challenge. He wanted a proof of who he is, a demonstration of manhood through doing hard things. He said, "I don't care if you love me, I care if you respect me." That comment alone drew sharp reaction. Further, he declared, "I'm gonna say this at the risk of sounding sexist, but I think men want to be respected and women want to be loved." Such statements reveal how Brown views gender roles, men needing respect, women needing love, a binary that many find reductive and outdated. He also added, "To do the hard things is to be good at being a man, and every once in a while you need just proof of who you are." Critics say these remarks reinforce toxic concepts of masculinity, that men must prove themselves, that men are defined by toughness, and that women serve a different emotional role. Audiences on Reddit, for instance, pointed out that Brown's commentary wasn't just questionable, it felt performative and contradictory. One user wrote, "He thinks we believe his physical endurance wasn't reached, 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits and down, eyes closed, face scrunched." The context matters. Brown is participating in a grueling competition show, rappelling from a helicopter, hauling 800 pounds uphill with teammates, pushing himself physically. He framed the show as a pivot in life, a chance to rebuild confidence after the end of multiple spiritual marriages and the breakdown of his personal life. Yet the backlash centers less on his physical challenge and more on how he talks about gender. The comment, "I think men want to be respected and women want to be loved," drew criticism for implying that women are primarily emotional beings and men are primarily status-driven. Some viewers say that framing women's value purely in terms of needing love reduces them and sidelines their agency, ambition, or strength. What's more, Brown prefaced his statement with "at the risk of sounding sexist," which itself is telling. Acknowledging possible sexism but proceeding anyway signals a casual acceptance of controversial views. He said, "I'm gonna say this at the risk of sounding sexist." Supporters might argue Brown is simply being honest about his beliefs and consciousness of the public response. He has portrayed the season as life-affirming, a chance to challenge himself, and a meaningful shift in direction. Some may see no issue with his remarks because they align with more traditional views of masculinity. But broader cultural conversations point to the dangers of strictly defining roles this way. When a public figure like Brown, with a large reality TV platform, frames manhood in terms of respect and proving oneself, it influences perceptions. It may encourage men to believe toughness or external validation is the essence of being a real man, while potentially relegating women to emotional caretakers. In his interview, Brown also touched on his purpose in joining the show, to show his children he can still achieve the seemingly impossible. He said, "I want my children to see that I can do the impossible still." The irony some viewers point out. While Brown frames this as a self-improvement journey, many feel his narrative still centers ego and external proof rather than vulnerability, collaboration, or shared human growth. Another layer, Brown's personal life is in transition. He recently ended plural marriages with exes Christine, Janelle, and Mary, and remains only married to Robin. He referred to the show as the pivot he needed rather than the pivot he wanted. In essence, a chance to reset. Yet when the reset includes remarks that alienate women or reinforce binary gender roles, the message becomes complex. Here are some of the key quotes and moments creating the stir. "I'm gonna say this at the risk of sounding sexist. I don't care if you love me, I care if you respect me. I think men want to be respected and women want to be loved. To do the hard things is to be good at being a man, and every once in a while you need just proof of who you are." Audience reaction has been mixed. Some applaud Brown's willingness to challenge himself and his honesty about his motivations. Others find his gender commentary outdated and disappointing, especially given his public platform and influence. On Reddit, one user observed, "He just wants someone else to sleep with, he doesn't want that nagging part." Critics of his stance argue that respect and love are not gendered in the way he claims. Many believe that respect and love are universal human needs, not distributed by gender. By stating men want respect, women want love, Brown risks reinforcing a division that many modern viewers reject. From a media analysis perspective, Brown's statements also reflect the larger cultural tension between traditional masculinity and evolving gender norms. Reality television often magnifies these tensions. In the context of a show where physical endurance, leadership, and manliness are foregrounded, Brown's comments carry extra weight. They frame his participation not just as a personal challenge, but as a demonstration of his masculinity. Let's talk consequences and takeaways. Consequences. For Brown's brand and public image, these comments may alienate some viewers who expect more progressive attitudes, especially from someone using their platform to renew themselves. For the show, it could spark discussion among audiences about how gender roles are portrayed in high-intensity reality formats. For broader cultural discourse, it adds to the conversation about how public figures define masculinity and whether that definition still fits current societal expectations. Authentic self-improvement doesn't require reinforcing rigid gender norms. One can challenge oneself physically without claiming that toughness is the definition of manhood. Love and respect aren't gender exclusive, they're human needs. To define them by gender risks misunderstanding and limiting both men and women. When public figures use phrases like "at the risk of sounding sexist," it signals an awareness of controversy, but also a choice to move forward with a statement that might be contested. That choice is meaningful. Viewers, especially younger ones, take cues from reality TV about identity, gender expectations, roles in relationships. So commentary like Brown's has ripple effects. In summary, Kody Brown's appearance on Special Forces, World's Toughest Test is meant to be a personal transformation journey, a chance to rebuild to prove himself. Yet while his physical goals and personal aspirations may be relatable, the way he articulates gender and masculinity has stirred debate. His comments, "I don't care if you love me, I care if you respect me," and "men want respect, women want love," encapsulate a worldview that many find limiting or outdated. Whether Brown's participation will ultimately shift minds or reinforce old stereotypes remains to be seen. What's clear is that the conversation around him won't be just about physical endurance or reality TV drama. It will be about how we define masculinity, how we define respect, and whether those definitions still hold up in 2025. Hello, lovely viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Christina. Hope your day is so well. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.